Bine v-am găsit, sunt Andra Miron Diaconescu și suntem la Romexpo, în studioul Euronews, în așteptarea Congresului Partidului Popular European. Alături de mine astăzi un interviu în avantpremiera acestui congres, în avantpremiera manifestului cu care vin popularii europeni aici la București și în avantpremiera lansării candidaturii Ursulei von der Leyen pentru șefia Comisiei Europene din nou. Și alături de mine este domnul Thanasis Bacolas, secretarul general al Partidului Popular European. Thank you very much for being here with us.
My pleasure.
Good day. We are waiting for this very important congress here in Bucharest. After the socialists had won just this weekend, now we are looking to the populars and we are looking about the mainstream, the main important issues that you are coming to present here in order to set the agenda for the countries, each country in EU, for the next years.
Well, thank you. It's so great to be in Bucharest, and it's so great to support our member party PNL and to host our 2024 Congress in this beautiful city. Our Congress is an electoral Congress, but we have two main things that we need to do. The first is to embrace our political manifesto. And our manifesto, compared to what happened in Rome with the Socialist Congress and with the other political parties, is very, very clear. I think the distinction. We have a distinction between dogmatism on the one side, people who are saying, I know what is right, and you gotta believe me to go forth, and pragmatism on the other side. Our manifesto was a product of openness between our member parties. We listened to society, we debated the issues, and this was not easy when it happens in such an open and transparent way. But the core of who we are and what we do is our policies. You cannot win elections unless you win the hearts and minds of people through the policy propositions that you put forth in order to convince them to vote for you and give them your trust. So our manifesto is an exercise in this pragmatism that we believe in, that it has always been a part of the EPP DNA. And I hope that when it is out on Wednesday, people will have the opportunity to read it and to see how exactly we deal with every issue from prosperity and competitiveness to security and all the other important issues of our time, and see within our manifesto policies that can work for people. So we're very, very excited about that. And of course, this Congress is all about the election of our lead candidate. We're very proud. We have one candidate for this position. It is the sitting president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, a person with a record, a person whose commitment to Europe is unquestionable. And so on Thursday there will be a vote according to our procedures and processes. And we're very much looking forward for Ms. von der Leyen to be our lead candidate for the European elections. And of course, we look forward to her second term in office.
You have mentioned already a few main messages that you will bring for the Europeans here in Bucharest. I will resume to one of them where I'm talking about economy, because everybody's talking about how to decrease the inflation, how to make Green Deal work, how to fuel the policies of each country in order to restrain the gaps for each country in the EU. How are you dealing with that?
Well, you got to look at what people need. You got to listen to people, and that's exactly what we're doing. We got a lot of heat and a lot of pushback when we listened to farmers, when they were asking society as a whole and us as the EPP to listen to their needs, because farmers are the custodians of the land. They care about the land. They care not only about profit, but they care about what they serve to the people. So
it's true, they have a connection with the land.
They
yes.
have the biggest and most honest connection. So what we are doing is listening to their concerns, because the Green Deal, if it is to work, needs the support of society, and it needs the support of the key stakeholders that are going to drive it. In this case, farmers as well. Nobody can be left behind. We need to listen to the needs of people, and we need to intervene in order to make every policy that we have effective and efficient. There's two sides of the same coin here. On the one side is the prosperity of people, their ability to work, get good pay, send their kids to school, have access to good health care, realize their dreams. On the other side of the coin is competitiveness of our economy. This thing needs to go together. And if we are to realize the Green Deal, and if we are to realize the goals, and it's a very long-term project, the Green Deal must be closely connected with everything we do with the economy, everything we do concerning the prosperity of our citizens, and everything we do regarding the competitiveness of our economy. So our manifesto details these positions very, very clearly. And we're looking at the elections, approaching European citizens with firm commitments about the economy, and not only to make sure that we address immediate problems such as inflation, but also ensure the continuity of major programs in the European Union, such as the Green Deal. So we feel very, very confident that we have the proposals at hand that will allow us to conduct a very qualitative campaign. Because on the other side of the political spectrum, you have a lot of dogmatism, a lot of empty words, and a lot of identity politics that are really not what the people want. The people want positions. The people want good policies that they can evaluate, and then they can go vote. So that's what we're starting here in Bucharest, and we'll take it all the way down to June 9th, the elections.
Yes. Another main message that has been driven all over the conferences that she has taken, Mrs. Ursula von der Leyen, and of course all that you with the EPP have communicated, was a strong message on security and on defense. How are we looking to this now that we are also expecting an increase of the GDPs for this country, which Mrs. Ursula von der Leyen is asking for, and also a special commissioner for defense?
True. I think despite the populist rhetoric that is coming out of the other side of the Atlantic, I think that we Europeans need to recognize that we need to do more for our collective security. And the first step is making sure that our defense procurement follows the logic of our single market. We make sure that our defense industry is capable enough to provide for our needs. This is a first step, and it's a very important step, as is how the decision-making process is structured in the next institutional cycle. I mean, in the institutional cycle that is currently ending, we've had a lot of mishaps, unfortunately, when it comes to foreign policy, by people leaders from other political groups that unfortunately put their own self-interest ahead of the collective interest. So we need to make sure that the processes at hand in the next institutional cycle at the European Commission, throughout the institutions of the European Union, allow for good decision making from Europe that will keep our security strong and our positioning exactly where it needs to be. So I think the Union is ready for this. It can deliver. We just need to put all the blocks in place in order to get the job done.
How will this work? It will be independent from NATO, or it will work alongside with NATO? It
has to work alongside NATO. I think the Atlantic relationship that we have is a cornerstone of our existence and our security. I think the recent accession to NATO by Finland and Sweden makes our union stronger. Does not only make the alliance stronger, but makes Europe stronger. And we need to build on that and go further.
We have seen messages from the Eastern Europe, a little distressed from the ones in the Western Europe. Do you have a plan on getting together a coherent policy on security all over Europe?
I think that's the job of the next day. I mean, that is exactly what needs to happen. We have elections now. We were in this interim period with war on our doorstep, with crisis all over the region. It's important that the next institutional cycle begins with steady hands at the helm, so we can make the decisions at the Union level that we need. And get agreement on these very core issues, because there are differences. Of course there are, but these differences need to be overcome. We need to find common ground. Common ground is there, and we need to achieve it. So that's why I'm looking forward to a second term for Ursula von der Leyen at the helm of the European Commission, so we can get started on the job that needs to be done for the security of the European people.
And because we are before the elections, may I ask one which is more on this territory? So you have a very strong support on the EPP and amongst the EPPs, but you also have strong detractors.
I do.
How do you respond to that?
Well, you know, I come from a country, a neighbor to Romania, that in 2009, with the economic crisis, found itself in a very difficult position. The social contract was almost upended, with tremendous consequences for both the politics of my country and the economy, of course, but also social repercussions as well. Greece was thrown into turmoil. We saw the center-left Socialist Party almost dissolve. We saw the voters of the center-left fall into the traps of the far-left populism. But we made it through. And one of the reasons why we made it through is because how my party, Nea Dimocratia, the center-right, handled this dilemma. Because there was a dilemma for my party as well, Nea Dimocratia. Do you accept to become small, to just hold on to the power that you have in the hopes that someday maybe the people will trust you again? Will a minority govern and have control? Or are you just going to open it up and talk to the people in a way that is so transparent, so open, so honest, that it's almost dangerous in the sense that you might be attacked, you can be and you will be attacked about everything and anything. My party did the second. We opened up to society, we opened up to the world. We went forth with a simple thinking and agenda. Deliver good policies for the people, deliver an economy that was smart and served the people's interests, be socially liberal, and be patriotic where you need to be. I'm not going to tell you that it was easy. It was a difficult path because in order to do so, you got to open yourself up. You really need to take chances. And that worked for Nea Democratia in Greece. And this is not only Nea Democratia. Donald Tusk in Poland did exactly the same thing. Alberto Feijóo in Spain also did the same thing. So within the EPP, there are forces of progress, people who have the ambition, the guts, the will, and the love for their country and their party to move forward. And of course, in political parties, there's also another side sometimes. Forces, people, interests that want to keep things as they were. So I think I have a lot of supporters with the former and a lot of detractors with the latter. But the EPP is moving forth. The EPP is winning. The EPP is winning big because the people is trusting in us. So I'm very, I think I'm very, very fortunate to be in this position. And I think we are going to have a good election with good results.
Well, we keep all our eyes on you.
Thank you.
We will see in the following days in Bucharest the main messages and the main speeches. And then I hope this is not from a journalistic point of view, this is from a citizen point of view, people will go and vote.
Indeed.
Because it's important.
Indeed.
Either we trust politicians or not, either we follow politicians or not, it's important to make a statement as the people also.
Exactly, because with the one thing we can agree on, we trust in people.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Secretary General. Am avut această discuție împreună cu secretarul general al Partidului Popular European. Vom vedea foarte multe întâlniri la cel mai înalt nivel săptămâna aceasta la București și Euronews va fi aici. Vom urmări discursurile, vom urmări punctele de vedere și, bineînțeles, modul în care se înțeleg familiile europene, pentru că vor trebui să guverneze pentru noi, pentru cetățeni, în următorii ani. Sunt Andra Miron Diaconescu și vă mulțumesc că ne-ați urmărit.